And tensions between Israel and Iran are escalating after an attack on a tanker in the Arabian Sea last week killed 2 civilian crew members. This came amid ongoing tensions and political uncertainty after elections in Iran and Israel have raised concerns over an overt war between the two of the region's most capable militaries. WION's Toady gets you this ground report.
This comes amid the backdrop of the US, the UK, Israel and EU all highlighting intelligence which they say shows that Iran was behind the recent attack on commercial shipping. The attack killed 2 European nationals. In addition, an emboldened Hezbollah, which is supported by Iran, has fired more than a dozen rockets at Israel in recent days, which has not been seen since Israel withdrew from southern Lebanon in 2006. And Iran is accused of repeatedly launching missiles at targets in Saudi Arabia and at US military bases in Iraq. At the same time, the West has been trying to coax Iran back to the stalled negotiations over the nuclear deal in an attempt to stop Iran from developing nuclear weapons. With the new ultra-conservative Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi now sworn in, it is uncertain whether Iran will return to negotiations or invite other action, such as further sanctions or military pressures, to limit its nuclear program. There is concern that tensions could escalate into an overt war between two of West Asia's strongest militaries, Israel and Iran. So just how powerful are the two militaries? Iran has 525,000 active troops compared to Israel's 170,000. Iran's paramilitary forces number more than 1 million, while Israel has only a few thousand. Iran also has more tanks and armored vehicles, a larger navy, and more access to fuel. However, Israel has a larger air force and a strong defense industry, as well as access to US and European suppliers, and so has a qualitative advantage in terms of its technology.
Israel has allies on its side, the US, UAE, Bahrain and even the likes of Saudi Arabia, which is also extremely wary of Iran. However, Iran has proxies in Syria, Iraq and Lebanon, so any conflict is likely to extend across the region. For this reason, we may see a continuation of the covert war that has been taking place to limit Iran's influence in the region and ability to obtain nuclear arms. In the meantime, an EU official has suggested that the negotiations on the nuclear deal are likely to resume in early September. This is Toady from Herzliya, Israel, for WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.